Fighter 6.
Top player is here. Definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
The top player is here.
Let me have some fun.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Shows the overhead. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Well-timed corner switch. Taking stock. The jump-in is denied. All right, what's coming up next? Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Player 2 chases them down. Holds out with the block. That parry may be just the catalyst they need. Okay, they trade hits. Jumps up, gonna pay for telegraphing that jump in. KO! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. The jump in catches them. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Do they have enough drive gauge? Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Dashes forward. Burnout activates. Player 2 in dire straits with Burnout. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Are we gonna see it? Sees the overhead coming. Jumps in.
Baby.
Racer hits. We're gonna see it rain. Player 2 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still very recovered. They've been keeping a full drive gauge in their pocket, but they closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Will this Super Art do anything? Vulcan Blast! Will this change the round? Can they keep on him? A jump in? Turns the bar for break. And it is on! Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Throws them! Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Hits the drive! This is a bad situation to be in. Ooh, what a smart throw! Both sides getting ready. They've been keeping a full drive gauge in their pocket, but they gotta pull it out sooner or later. Jump! Crowns them from above! They are done! Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round
It's
1.
not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Great job. Contradicting tuna face. Swagger step. Sneaks in above. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. That overhead was a bit obvious. Gets the jump in. That drive impact doesn't get through. You can block impacts. You're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Just out of range for that throw. What's their game plan here? This critical takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Jumps, grabs them. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 2 has to fleet in there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Swagger step. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? The super doesn't hit! Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Can they keep on him? The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. A quick breather. Player one holding on to that corner advantage. Barely blocks the jump in. Player one is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Hits him with his free flow. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Shows a medium kick. Sees the overhead coming. Looking for a chance. Swagger step. Player one can't let this simmer. Sets up with the jump in. Player taps him on the throw. They gamble something here on excellent read. Only a little bit of drive and life left. Even a finish.
Round one.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Goes for the fireball. Who's gonna make a move? Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. Charges in with authority. Goes for an overhead. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Finding it tricky to manage their drive. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Jumps up, in there! Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
Time for a drink. Who's going to start things off? Had the radar up and running. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Both fighters planning something? Big throws. That throw will do some good damage. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Hits them with a stop and block. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Hits him with his free flow. Barely blocks the jump in. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. Both fighters have a full super overhead, but it won't work. Player two needs to wait this out. Dangerous range here. What now? Crowns him from above. The drive burns out. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player two closes it out.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Both sides looking for an opening. What's the play here? The jump in is denied. Stops the attack by using the drive pair. They can open up this round big by converting this punish count. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Checks with a medium kick. Hits him with his free flow. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They threads it cleanly. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Sandblast! Who's going to start things off? Heats it up with a combo into super. Scrapping it out up close. Just goes for it at this range. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Player two will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. That's not gonna hit. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. That's a counter. Jumps up. The overhead cannot. The super doesn't hit. What were they thinking? Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Swagger step. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. There's a burnout. Players, putting the cherry on top. Excellent, chisels them down. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Sandblast. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Anticipates the overhead. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. They were anticipating that super art. Got their eye on the air. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Oh, could be the start of something. Not much life left. The drive gauge difference could tip the scales. You've got to be mindful of reach and jumping in there. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Who's going to start things off? Jumps in. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. The overhead connects. Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Does a good job escaping the corner. A quick breather. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? Anti-air in the clutch! Throws them! Breaks the block with a throw. There's a change of sides. Player overhead! And whips! They're wide open! Any mistake here is gonna be fatal! Put the fear of God in it! We're going into the final round tied up! Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in? Who's the cross super hard incoming? The super doesn't hit! Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Swagger step. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. And eats it. Fires a blast. What's next? Free flow strikes. All the throw connects. Amazing. Player 1 can't. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Crowns them from above. They can't make it. They pick this time to bust this out. A real test of nerves here. Player 2 flatlines them. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.